Yo, what is up YouTube, man? Today we're going to be talking about the best value for every attribute for BIGS on NBA 2K24. Shout out to Laker fan for this idea. He does a similar series, but he's talking about every build in general, from small guards to tall bigs. This video, we're only going to be talking about the stats you want to hit for centers. Let's get right into it. Don't worry about the height, don't worry about the wingspan, anything like that. This is just to show you guys what attributes you might want to hit for your build. Getting right into it, starting with close shot. 84 close shot is really going to be the sweet spot for bigs. As you guys can see, once you hit 84, you're getting that gold masher. If you're an inside big, you know, maybe you're thinking you go higher, but there's not really a whole lot of reason for it. You're not really going to be mashing bigs like that. And if you have a small guard, if you have a mismatch, 84 is going to be plenty. Now, if you're more of like a shooting big, a stretch type big, you don't even really have to worry about close shot. I mean, if you only have it like in the 70s, something like this, you're still going to be able to hit the shot, especially if you have a smaller defender on you. Mashing is not the way to score effectively this year, but another thing you might want to is 84 will give you the hook specialist once you upgrade the post control, so that is another option. When it comes to driving layup, this is another stat bigs generally aren't going to care about. They're going to keep it as low as possible. Now, what you could do is you could go all the way up to 80 on driving layup, because once you hit 80, you get this Nikola Jokic layup package. It gives the ability to get really good floaters. You see, you get a bunch of these type of scooper float game badges on gold. And 70 is another spot where you can kind of do some stuff with driving layups. Nothing too crazy, but it gives you the ability to actually hit some more contested ones. But for the most part, if you're a big, if you're not trying to actually use the layup packages, do things like floaters, then driving layup, you just want to keep that pretty low. Driving dunk, once again, unless you're going for contact dunks, a lot of bigs will be neglecting this. Now, early on in 2K, there's kind of a mess up right now where your standing dunk meter is going to go off your driving dunk meter. Mike Wang, the guys at 2K are going to fix that, but right now, if you have like a 99 standing dunk and only a 50-something driving dunk, you're not going to be able to get big meter sizes because it's always going to go off the driving dunk meter. The game's broke. Hopefully we fix it though. But if you're looking for something else on a big, 65 driving dunk is really nice. You get some really nice dunk packages. You can actually dunk in traffic with this and you can get a consistent dunk every single time. The only other thing I might recommend is go 70 for the park dunks, just for more of the fun factor of it. I wouldn't really recommend going, you know, 80, 85, something like that, because you don't get contact dunks. You can get some nice dunk packages, so, you know, maybe you're thinking that route. It is quite expensive, though. I'm going to recommend 65 as the best value for this attribute right here. Standing dunk. The perfect thing you want to go to is 81. This is going to give you pro standing contact dunks, and it's going to give you rise up silver and precision dunker silver. Now, if you are a inside big, maybe you want to go up all the way to 90 to get those elite standing big men. And if you go up to 92, you get fast twitch on gold. The only other thing I would recommend if you're a stretch big, if you're not really looking to standing dunk like that, at least go to 45, because you get 2 standing dunk packages at 45, and it's going to give you the ability to get a lot of those dunks to pop off. So I would not go no standing dunk. At least go to 45. It is absolutely worth the attribute points it's going to take. Now, when it comes to post control, absolutely 75 gets you this unpluckable on bronze. It gives you a bunch of other badges right here as well. You're going to get post fade phenom if you upgrade your mid-range up to on gold. The other one I would say is 85 to get that silver unpluckable. And the other one is 92, and that will give you unpluckable on gold. That's all the options. Now, a lot of people do neglect post control. They don't upgrade it at all, and that's how they're able to make the builds they do. I do not recommend that, because with post control, you're giving yourself an ability to be able to dominate in the post. You're giving yourself a chance to be able to hit people with post fade phenom. It's just a great cheap stat, and I would not recommend not upgrading it. But if you're trying to save points and post scoring is not really your play style, you can do that. When it comes to the three-pointer on your build, 74 is going to give you that catch and shoot silver. That is a really good spot, but honestly, I would max it out, because even at 75, you're getting something. You're getting that corner specials at 76. You're getting it on silver. You're getting the age at 3s. When it comes to the mid-range, again, another people neglect this stat. They don't really care about it, but if you go all the way maxed on the mid-range on a max wingspan center right here, you're able to get catch and shoot on gold. You're able to get guard up on gold. Just having mid-range is going to boost badges that you wouldn't normally have. You could even lower the wingspan to get some even crazier badges. I mean, 83 gives you the blinders, and it keeps going and going. So if you're trying to be a real popping big, I would say max it out whatever your wingspan is. Even if you have a max wingspan, you can only get 82. Go for that gold catch and shoot on this build. When it comes to free throw, you at least want 71 free throw for that free points. It's a lot tougher to hit these free throws this year. You will feel it if you don't upgrade this at all and you only keep it in like the low 50s, the low 60s, something like that. When it comes to pass accuracy, now a lot of people might disagree with me right here, but with pass accuracy, I say go 95. It's pretty cheap, and this touch passer, this Hall of Fame break starter does wonders. Now, 92 will still give you the break starter in the Hall of Fame. You're just missing out on things like touch passer, which touch passer does work off rebounds, throwing full court passes. You may notice that, maybe you haven't. The badge is one of the best new badges they added into the game. If not this, go 86 for that gold break starter. But honestly, man, 92, 95 is really what you want to be throwing those perfect outlook passes. Now, when it comes to ball handle, most of the time when you're a big man, you're not really trying to upgrade this, but speed with ball. Go 40, it's going to give you a normal dribble style, and this is actually going to allow you to dribble on a big man, even if your ball handle is low. Now, if you're like a 6'10", 6'11", a lower wingspan type center, you could go for that 70. You could go for something like that. You see this build doesn't get it, but that will actually get you some nice dribble animations, and maybe you're a 6'10", you want to go for that 75, but at least go for that 40 speed with ball. And look at this, man. There is a badge called Big Driver as well. Say your acceleration, your speed's maxed out. You can upgrade your speed with ball until you're able to get this badge on. And Big Driver, I mean, it's not everybody's playstyle. It's more about dribbling in the mid-range. But middies are overpowered this year, and people do need some help scoring with the way Lock's overpowered now. So if you have that in your bag, your teammates might appreciate you just a little bit more. Now, when it comes to defense and rebounding, if you're an inside, you're going to want to focus on offensive rebound. If you're an outside big, maybe defensive rebound is what you want to go for. You can still do offensive rebounding as a big, but let's just do this one for the sake of this video. 93 is the sweet spot. It's going to give you Box Out Beast Hall of Fame, Rebound Chaser on gold. A lot of people think you need it on 99, that you need that Hall of Fame Rebound Chaser, but this year, it's not a necessity. Rebounding is going to take a bit of skill. You're just going to have to get yourself to the ball. It's going to bounce far sometimes, and there's only so much 99 rebounding will do. Now, if you're able to save up for it, of course, you know, 99 D board, 99 O board, it's going to be nice, but this is really the sweet spot. Going any lower as a main big on the court, I wouldn't recommend it. Maybe you're a stretch big and you're going just for 85, but 93 is really the way to dominate. And if you do offensive rebounds, 78 is going to be plenty. You're still going to have the badge for the D boards. It's going to be really tough to have them both super high, so usually you do have to choose between the two unless you're giving up something. It's easier if you're an inside big to have both of these. If you have shooting on your build, though, that's where you got to make the decision. When it comes to block, now this is another thing people might disagree with. I have builds with gold, I have builds with silver, and honestly, you can get away this year with having silver anchor. Now hear me out. Playing defense this year feels really good. Paint defense feels really good if you're in the right possession. You can only get bailed out so much by anchor, and a lot of time it's going to call a foul. So if you're trying to penny pinch on the build, 87 is a way to do it. Now, if you're somebody that wants to be a real defensive center, though, definitely bring it up to 92 block, 77 interior defense. And honestly, if you're already going to gold and you really want to be a defensive center, go ahead and put this up to 82 to get that post move lockdown, that gold workhorse. Now, when it comes to perimeter and steal, with a big man, you can go no steal. That is an option, but if you're ever wanting to play a lane, at least go 60 for that bronze interceptor and you can make it work. Now, if you're going to play fundamental defense, if you're just going to never go for steals, you can absolutely leave steal off your build, but I know, you know, people, they can't do that. They're always trying to go for lanes. Go for 60. Going up to the next one for 81 steal. That's possible, you know, more on like a 6'10 type build, but it's going to be tough for every other build you make. So 60 is the sweet spot for bigs. Perimeter defense, again, people will ignore this stat, but you want to be able to get contests on the perimeter. So I would once again put this at 60. You see you got some off-ball pests. You can go up to 68 perimeter defense if you want to get that on silver if you're a smaller big. Don't just leave this at 25 though. You will regret it. Now the physicals are the easy part of this build. You're going to want speed and acceleration on your big. You can, you know, ignore a couple accelerations if you need to save a couple of attribute points. but 70 speed, whatever you can max it out as. I mean, if you're guarding pick and roll, whether you're guarding corner, you're going to want speed. Just being in a pick and roll, you're going to want speed. So do not go cheap on the speed. If you're going to lower the speed on a build that can get it higher, you might as well be on a taller, slower center. When it comes to strength, 90's perfect. You get that gold brick wall, you get Hall of Fame box out beast, so you get that gold immovable enforcer. You can go up to 95 to get that Hall of Fame if you want, especially if you're going to be an inside. I mean, you can go all the way to 99 for that Hall of Fame brick wall, but any other build that's not a pure inside, 90 is absolutely perfect. When it comes to the vertical, 80 is going to give you that gold chase down artist. And finally, with the stamina, you see, I mean, you don't want to get tired as a big man. It's going to be tougher to shoot. So getting yourself to 95 is going to give you that gold workhorse. Now, some people might stop there if they're trying to save a few attribute points, but I wouldn't. I would just go ahead and put that to max so you can have as much stamina as possible, so you're not needing to focus on buying Gatorade, just so your player doesn't get tired. Let me know what you guys think about this. Let me know if you guys have any questions about this. There's a bunch of different big man builds you can make. You can make dribbling bigs, shooting bigs, poppers, max wingspans with shooting, inside, smaller insides that are more driving dunk oriented. So you got to adjust the build based on what you want to do. But everything we talked about in this video, you can use whenever making your build. If you guys want me to give you any recommendations in the comments, I can do that as well. And if you guys did enjoy the video, if you want to drop a like, subscribe, of course, I appreciate it. It's on, man. This is Sonic. I will catch you guys in the next one. I'm out. Peace.